Sì, poi è sempre più difficile tra l'altro.
Io devo sempre avere il telefono, questa volta non mi sbaglio.
Brava.
Secondo me
Solo il
sono
tuo.
solo i due ragazzi del socio, però abbiamo...
Ah, ci siamo emozionati.
Io non sono contenta, mi dà l'emozione invece.
Okay, good evening all. Mikel won't be too far behind us, so if you can stick to maybe 2 questions maximum, please. We'll start with Alex Howe for BBC.
Thank you. Do I need
No.
Hi. You've started to build up some minutes now after recovering from your injury in December. So how are you feeling and how far are we, do you think, from seeing what you think is the best Gabriel Jesus?
Well, good evening for everyone. I'm so glad, I thank God every single day because I come back in a good way, in a good shape. It was amazing re-up with everyone at Arsenal. So at the moment that, like I say, I'm so glad that since I come back, I have had a lot of minutes. So I think we are building something good for me, for my knee, for my whole body. So yeah, I'm in a good way to help the team. So that's it.
Arsenal in a strong position in the Champions League, Premier League, next stage of the FA Cup and semi-final of the Carabao Cup as well. So how does it feel to be competing in all of these competitions? What's it like in the squad?
Well, it's amazing. Everyone at Arsenal is really happy because that's Arsenal, So that's where Arsenal belongs, fighting for all the competitions. So yeah, we are happy. We want to keep winning games, and then obviously game by game. Like tomorrow we have a tough one, against one of the best team in Europe. So we want to, to play our football in our way to try to win games.
Hi there, Gavi. You've won the title 4 times now with Manchester City, had a few close calls with Arsenal. Are you convinced that this squad now has the quality and, more importantly, the mentality to make that final step?
Well, what I do think is we are getting closer, like you say. Unfortunately, the last 3 seasons since I'm here at Arsenal, we finished in second. But yeah, we are in a good way, we're in a good shape, we are happy that we are in the position that we are winning games. Unfortunately, obviously, last 2 we didn't win, but still, it's a Premier League. It's tough. I think to play in this competition is hard. So yeah, we are in good way. We have amazing squad. Every single player can help the team. No matter who starts or who is on the bench can make an impact and change the game. So yeah, I do believe that we can win not just like one tournament or other. We just need to focus on games, game by game, and then try to win the games. That's it.
Your teammate Victor Gyökeres has come under quite a bit of scrutiny and criticism. Has it affected him, and have you done anything to help him? What have you done?
Well, Vic is an amazing guy, Unfortunately, when he came, when he said I wasn't there because I was injured and I was doing my rehab in Brazil with my family. I had a newborn there and stuff, but I wasn't there. But since I come back, we have a good relations. We talk about football. Obviously, we have the same age, and then, but obviously, I have played here in Premier League more than him, longer than him, and then sometimes I give some opinion, and sometimes he give also, but about goals, about stuff, he knows, he's a top striker, he scored a lot of goals in his previous club, and then obviously I'm sure that he's gonna find a way to do the same for us because this is good for us. And me, him, Kai, whoever, the wingers, everyone wants to score goals. We have to take the responsibility. Obviously, we all to score goals, and then obviously we can share, and then we can win games by scoring.
Going back to you talking about having won the Premier League before, you're the only player that's won the Premier League. and only 7 of your squad have ever won a league title. I was just wondering the importance of you using your experience. Do you talk to the players about what it takes? Because you're one of a few players that's actually done it.
Well, we are talking about Premier League. You know, it's hard. Have you seen the results last round? So every single team that is up there lost points. So it's a Premier League. This happens. You know, obviously you don't want, but it happens. So the times I was at City and I won there. I think, if I'm not wrong, was only one season that the 100 points was the only one that we didn't drop in that time a lot of points. But the rest was like difficult. We lost some games that we should not lost. We lost points that we should not lost. So this is a Premier League, you know. And then obviously there's no one apart of me, but still we have experienced players now. You know, the last 3 seasons we finished in second. Obviously the feeling is no good, but at the end of the day, this make you better and better. So like I said, we cannot think about the title. Still a long way. Like I say, it's a Premier League, but obviously we can think game by game, and then we have obviously a match that is very important tomorrow. So after this we can come back to think about Premier League.
And in terms of the game tomorrow, how strong is the belief that you could actually win the Champions League? You're obviously in an incredible position. You've had an incredible run of results to be top. How strong is that belief that you could actually go one step further than last year and get into the final and win it?
Well, I think every single player in every team, every club, every supporters, they believe their team can win the Champions League or title. So we believe, we have to believe, otherwise why we are here. So we believe, but obviously we know that once again, it's still a long way to go. Football, you have to play each game like a final. And then that's what we are doing. You know, we are trying to play each game to win. And then after, at the end of the season, we see where we are. And I think, once again, we are in the brilliant place.
You've looked good so far on your return from injury. Because of the striker situation at Arsenal at the minute, do you think the number 9 spot's there for the taking and you're the man to take that spot?
Well, that's a tough question, you know, because Vic is an amazing player. He's a striker that can score goal every time, at every minute, you know. And then also Kai is an amazing player, amazing strike. And I just find myself that I'm so happy that I come back. You know, I had the toughest injury in my life, 11 months. And then just to come back the way I come back. So I'm so glad. And then obviously I have been in the position like Vic is now. And then it's not easy, you know, but I'm sure that everyone here, not only like the coach or staff, the players as well, are going to support him and give him the belief that he's here to help us. And then he helped Red a lot. And then every game he helped with something, apart of sometimes no scoring, but he helped with another movement or fighting or help with either to win the game. So, well, I think at the club like Arsenal, big like this, there is no guaranteeing spot to anyone. So we all here to help Arsenal to try to win games and at the end of the season win trophies.
After experiencing such a serious injury, you seem to be with great fitness after such a long layoff, which is rare for some players. Obviously, your contract expires next summer. Do you hope to still be at Arsenal next season, and what are your future hopes?
Well, I think my first target is to be healthy, you know. This is my 4th season at Arsenal, and unfortunately, I played maybe 1.5, 2, and then the rest with injuries. That happens. Never happened with me before, but happens here. I don't know why. And then I don't ask myself anymore. So I just, try to be fit. And then, my first target is to be healthy from now till the end of the season. And then, obviously, like I said before, my wishes is to stay at Arsenal, and then I have a contract as well, Obviously, if you ask me like you did already, I want to extend my contract. I want to stay. I want to win trophies with Arsenal because I come here with the purpose, and then that's it. But obviously, the reality is different. Sometimes it's go out of the way. But like I say, my focus now is stay healthy, and then win trophies with Arsenal.
Hi, I know it's difficult to compare teams that you've played for in the past, but given everything that you've been through with Arsenal, coming second 3 times in a row, would it mean more to you to win the Premier League this time than any of the other previous times you've won it?
I don't like to comparing like teams or even like titles. I think all of them is important. Like at the same way was important to win a City. We want to win last 3 years at Arsenal, but was important as well. Obviously, win is better than being second, but was important to build something else. So I'm so glad that I have won, but I'm not so happy I didn't win yet with Arsenal. So yeah, we are in the good way. We try to win every single game because that's what this club deserves. And then if you see where Arsenal come from in the last 5, 6, 7 years, we are in the good way, So now is take it game by game and then try to win games, and that's it.
Does it feel that once you win one trophy, then a few are going to start coming? You can win several.
Well, I think there's 2 different things. What I have passed in my life that. Once I won, one time I won, and then I won more, and then that can be, obviously it's another day we have to talk about this because we need to win first and then after talk. But like I say, myself, when I won and then I taste the flavor of winning, I won again. So yeah, that happens. So sometimes it's like this, unfortunately, last 3 seasons we didn't win. We was there trying, but was not enough. So now we are here having another chance. So we have to think game by game.
Just Arsenal are the only team that have obviously won every game so far in the Champions League, clear in the Premier League by 7 points. Do you think it's fair to say that Arsenal are the best team in Europe at the moment?
Well, it's hard to say, because there's a lot of amazing teams, amazing squad, amazing players. I think we are in a good shape, in a good position that give us some belief, some confidence to go and then try to win games. So like I said, tomorrow is a tough game. We came here last year and then we saw how tough it is to play against them. They have an amazing team, amazing players. So it's hard to say that who is the best because sometimes you can treat yourself the best team and then you go to another team and don't win. So it's hard. I don't like this.
And just on the contract, you obviously said you're keen to stay. Has there been any discussions yet about the next deal?
No.
Lee? With the blue hat.
Hi, Gabby. You have a good relationship with the fans. What's your message to the travelling fans who'll be there in their thousands tomorrow night and have already been at Portsmouth and Nottingham this week?
They are always amazing, not only the travel fans, but at the Emirates as well, but obviously just to travel and then follow your team supporting abroad. So just saying thank you and keep believing and supporting us because huge difference for us. Maybe some of them think no, but when you see them pushing us, the impact is huge.
Questions in Italian? Yeah.
Buonasera, ciao. Si è parlato qualche anno fa della possibilità che venissi a giocare a Milano e che indossassi la maglia dell'Inter. Volevo sapere quanto sia stata concreta e eventualmente come mai poi le cose sono andate in maniera diversa.
Well, when was that? Because I don't remember.
Sarà stato attorno al 2017-18 più o meno. Prima che arrivasse Gabigol all'Inter,
Okay.
forse qualche anno prima.
Yeah, okay. So in that time, happened some talks, but I don't know why it changed, and then I choose to be with under Guardiola, and then I think in that time it was the best solution, the best option for me, because as a player in that time, a young player coming from Brazil, I was thinking, I need to be with him because I think he can teach me, he can give me some good advices, and then also Inter was already signed Gabigol, so that's it.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Good evening all, hope everyone's well. If you have a question, raise your hand and we'll come to you. We'll kick off with Alex from the BBC UK here.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
A couple of days since the weekend's result, a game you had the chances to win, but does the point become more important now following the results to the title challenges?
Well, we weren't satisfied with the result, obviously, and looking and watching the game back more, and then with the other results even more, obviously. But I think it shows the competitiveness of every match, where the league is at the moment, how difficult and how much we have to value every point and every win, because you really have to earn it in the league. And now, change the scenario. We are back in the Champions League, here again, a year later, and ready for tomorrow.
100% record in the Champions League away at Inter Milan, a team you played last season as well. What are you expecting from them tomorrow night?
Well, a very similar context to last year. Obviously, where the two teams are at the moment is a bit different. A new manager as well, that I think has given them some other things in their identity and the way they play. But obviously, we know a super competitive team, a team that is dominating the league, and a really tough game.
Fitness update, please. Piero Hincapié, Riccardo Calafiore, and Max Dalman weren't in training, so I expect they're not available for tomorrow. Christian Mosquera, Kai Havertz, both in the squad.
Yeah.
And is there any other fitness updates you can give us?
No, that's all.
And then it was a tough day for Victor Gyökeres at Nottingham Forest at the weekend. A game that probably came after his best performance for Arsenal against Chelsea. Does that show the scrutiny of being an Arsenal forward, or does he need to do better?
I think it goes for all the nines in the league and how difficult it is to play that position nowadays, with the physicality, with the dominance of the centre backs and the quality of them, and the lack of spaces as well in most of the times during the match for them to exploit. But that's about consistency, about going again. We know his work rate. He's really trying to give his best, and we need to continue to work.
Garmish from Sky.
Hey there, Mikel.
Hi.
How important is this game against Inter, not only to try and secure that top two finish, but also for the momentum of your season?
Yes, for that, because every game in the Champions League, when you have the opportunity to achieve something, you have to grab it. And tomorrow we're really going to have to earn it against a top side. We know that. And then that we prepare every game, obviously, to win it. And the urgency is going to be the same tomorrow.
Are you having to think about your team selection in particular with this game? You've had 4 away games in a row. Well, it will be the 4th one. And you've got a huge game on Sunday against Manchester United.
Yeah. It's very particular for every game, I'm afraid, because every game have a different situation. The players are in different stages as well. And yeah, we will prepare the game, the lineup and the finishers in the best possible manner to win the game.
Just how big a challenge has it been, those 4 away games? I think it's happened 3 times now in your tenure here at Arsenal, to have 4 away games in 4 different competitions.
That's the first time, no?
I mean, I did a bit of research. It looked like it's happened twice before. I could be completely wrong. I'll probably trust you more. But how big a challenge has it been? Because we've just gone through a period of time, notoriously, when there's loads of fixtures during the Christmas time. Now you've had 4 in 10 days, all away from home.
Yeah. Well, we have to adapt to that. That's the beauty of playing different competition and being in the latest stages of those in all of them, and that's what we want. So I think that's a blessing. That's something really, really positive. And tomorrow we have the last one before we play at home again against United.
Tom from Football London.
Hi, Mikel. I know we always talk about the next game is the most important game, and Dharmesh asked you about the Manchester United fixture. Is this a week where the next 2 games are the most important games and they both kind of feature into one another?
We keep tricking the players, and the next one is the most important one of the season, and then 3 days later the same. That's the demands, that's the expectations that we have, that's the standards that we have set as well as a team and as a club, and we are living with that with joy, with enthusiasm and with a lot of energy as requested.
And if I may ask you a tactical question, for so long you've played with inverted wingers, with right footers on the left and left footers on the right. Stylistically, how does that work? Why do you benefit most from choosing that style of setup, and why is that the way you approach wing play?
Well, sometimes it's about the preference of the players, where they feel more comfortable. And the way we are raising players at the moment, most of them want to play inverted foot. They feel much more comfortable as well. In the manner that we play, we adapt to that. We adapt to the qualities. The fact that in some areas we have only inverted footed, especially on the left unit, is not ideal when that happens. But we adapt to the circumstances and what we have available.
Charlie, the son.
Mikel, do you think you're going to make a few changes tomorrow?
Let's see. After tomorrow, after a really good night of sleep, how we decide tomorrow morning.
And what's the difference between the Arsenal team that's going to play tomorrow night and the one that was here last season, due to the experiences that you had both in the Champions League and in the Premier League? How much stronger are you?
Well, there are some different players as well. Let's see. Different coach for them as well. I think the task is going to be equally difficult, but I think we had, watching it back, a really strong performance here. The margin that we lost the game by a penalty, that obviously we all saw what happened there. Very disappointed. So, yeah, we're going to know tomorrow how they set up. We have very clear idea what we have to win the game. I will try to apply that to be better than them.
Hi, Mikel. Arsenal are the only team in the Champions League this season that are unbeaten. Do you think that from here to the next round that the results here in terms of, obviously, bar a miracle, you are going to go through to the last 16, but can that run possibly have an impact on the last 16 and onwards in terms of form and whatnot?
I don't know. Performance and result have an impact emotionally on the team, to the level of confidence, and we know that the match tomorrow is to come here and win the game, and that's a step that we didn't do last year, and we have to show that we are better than last year.
One thing that was quite noticeable from the Forest game was Martin Odegaard. I think in the game when he had 1 pass in the final third across the whole match. In terms of going forward, are you tempted to start Eberechi Eze, and what more does Eze need to do to possibly break into this team?
Depends on the game, depends on the type of opponent that we see, and then performances throughout the game. We see things that we can do, how we can hurt the opposition more, and we have the ability to change that.
James, ESPN.
Hi, Mikel. I think it's your 33rd game of the season tomorrow. And just looking ahead, I mean, it could be, I think, a 65-game season if you get all the way in all 4 competitions. I mean, do you think everything that your squad's been through to this point tells you that you can cope with that?
Yes, but I think we have to go game by game. We can try to look ahead, but what is coming and what is relevant is the next match. And sometimes we've been thinking a lot about the future, the next week or 2-3 weeks time, and something happens that you have to adapt to the circumstances. So yeah, go game by game, enjoy the journey that we are in, because it's great, and go for it every single game, and let's see what the next one brings.
How important is it then for you that you've got a top 8 finish, so you don't have the 2 extra games?
That's massive. We know that, and if we win tomorrow, we know that that's going to be the case. So let's make it happen.
We'll take some questions from Italian media now.
Sì. Buonasera Mikel, complimenti. I tuoi primati in Premier e in Champions sono frutto di un lavoro, di una programmazione, di uno studio. Ecco, in un calcio che valuta sempre tutto secondo il parametro della velocità, com'è stato coltivare la pazienza nelle tue idee, anche quando magari le cose non andavano bene, a mettere comunque nel cassetto della fiducia qualcosa di più grande? Grazie.
Questo è lo primo che devi fare, convincere i calciatori. Quando ti guardano, che sentono quello che ha detto, che lo possono fare, e questa sarà sempre l'idea. Dopo vediamo ogni partita, domani va a essere una partita diversa, avete dei momenti dove penso che siamo dominati, oltre che pensiamo che anche possiamo dominarli, e vediamo. Adattazione sempre.
Buonasera Mikel, qua, eccoci. L'anno scorso, di tutte le partite che ha fatto l'Inter in Champions, quella contro l'Arsenal è forse stata l'unica, prima della finale ovviamente, dove ha ottenuto più di quanto meritasse. Secondo te che cosa l'Arsenal deve fare di differente quest'anno, al di là del fatto che tu mi dirai vincere? Già lo sapevo, ecco, vedi, ti ho anticipato, quindi devi scegliere un'altra carta. E poi ti chiedo un'altra cosa.
Vediamo la partita. Con Chiu sono una squadra un po' più aggressiva. La prima fase sono più aggressiva, dopo persono la palla sono più aggressivi, dopo hanno il talento, hanno la capacità, la mentalità. Vediamo domani come è la partita. Noi abbiamo molto chiaro quello che dobbiamo fare per giocare la partita che vogliamo giocare, e dopo meritate, deve essere quando abbiamo l'opportunità marcare il gol e dopo dominare queste cose che sono molto importanti.
L'altra cosa che ti volevo chiedere è, prima di venire in conferenza avete fatto un giro con Gabriel Jesus sul campo. Tu San Siro lo conosci bene perché sei venuto da giocatore, 4-0 contro il Milan se non sbaglio.
No, lui mi ha chiesto, ha giocato? Sì, ha giocato. Io ho avuto il mio debutto come giocatore qua al PSG 25 anni fa, pensi, 25 anni fa. Allora sì, è un stadio molto importante nella mia carriera.
Come mai questo giro su San Siro? Lo conosci da adesso?
Come?
Come mai hai fatto questo giro per San Siro prima della conferenza?
Facciamo sempre, mi piace andare, guardare, sentire un po' l'atmosfera e parlare con i miei giocatori.
Buonasera Mikel. Lei prima ha citato Chivu, ha detto che con Chivu l'Inter gioca leggermente in maniera diversa. Che cosa, oltre all'aggressività, che cosa l'ha impressionata della nuova Inter di Chivu? E poi una curiosità, visto che parla così bene italiano, come l'ha imparato, quando?
No, perché ogni allenatore alla fine vuole mettere la sua identità, e sono parametri, sono dei fasi che sono molto similari a prima, ma lui le ha dato un'altra impronta, perché adesso sono dei giocatori che sono differenti, anche come Akanji, che in linea difensiva ti dà un'altra cosa, lo conosco bene, quella capacità che lui ha di occupare differenti spazi. E dopo l'italiano, perché ha avuto amici, è una cultura che mi è piaciuto sempre tantissimo, e se posso parlare un'altra lingua così è meglio. Grazie.
We'll have 30 minutes.